Hi guys, today I'm going to show you this very interesting SEHMUA 4G LTE security camera. So that's not a camera which you're using with Wi-Fi. This is a camera which you can place pretty much everywhere where you have cell phone reception. Can be out in the woods if you have such large lot, or out in your barn, or at the working site if you're doing some construction, maybe building a new home or so, and then you want to know what's going on there. So this could be super helpful. But that's not the only very interesting thing we have. Also some great innovation, something I have never seen before, and that's a dual camera system. So we have a dedicated camera for the wide angle, and we have a dedicated camera for a zooming function, so we can see much more details. And of course, because we cannot expect some power out in the woods or far away, to solve this issue, we have also a solar panel included to have this working totally independently. Of course, also waterproof, exactly how it should be for outside usage. Yes, SEHMUA would say really good brand. I've already tested such a camera from this company and it works really good. So I'm going to take it out of the box, show you what you get, and then I'm going to show you how to set it up. And of course, I'm going to show you some live footage from this camera. So stay tuned till the very end of the video. And so that's the box here with some of the specs or some of the features. Again, dual lens. We have HD live video. We have a PIR motion detection. That's passive infrared. That's what we always have with battery operated cameras. Special, of course, we have PTC here. So it's a 360 degrees camera. And so let's open, see what we get. Comes nicely protected. We get also the user manual, pretty large user manual. And here we get the 4G SIM card. It comes with a 300 megabytes trial plan, which is valid for 30 days. Yeah, nice protection here. Also for the solar panel. Solar panel is larger, I would say, than normal standard solar panel. Really nice. Comes with standard tripod mount, but it has also its own special mount. And it comes with a very long cable with USB-C standard plug. And so here's some installation material, additional charging cable. And of course here the camera itself. Can remove the protection. And so here we can see the two cameras. On top we have the camera with the wide angle, and down here we have the telephoto lens. Comes even with infrared night illumination, PIR sensors for both of the cameras, so they can work pretty much independently. And of course we get also these two large antennas. On top the standard quarter-inch tripod mount, everything really solid. Opening in the back. On the left side the on-off switch, and on the other side the USB-C charging port. But of course we have more openings here. And so now we have access to these important ports. Here on the left side we have the nano SIM card slot, and on the right side we have the micro SD card slot. Highly recommended to use at least, let's say, 32 gigabytes fast class 10 micro SD card. We push it here inside. Pins go to the back. So we push it fully inside. Can easily be removed again if needed. So we have to break out this nano SIM card and note down all the information on the SIM card that will be needed later to recharge it if needed. Then of course now a good moment to insert the SIM card. So when we have the camera to the front, we also have to hold this SIM card with the pins to the front, and we have this cut edge here, and so you push it here inside. You can push it down with your fingernails, or you can use the tweezers, which is also included in the set. Just squeeze it together and then push it down here inside. If you need to remove it, we just push it together, push it down, and then we can grab it again. Very easy. And so even though we have the solar panel, always recommended to pre-charge it already. And now I would say it's a good time to scan the QR code and download the free app. And that's the Unbox, which you can find also in the official app store. I have it already installed for some other cameras. So that's also a big advantage, that you can use this app for a lot of different cameras. And now it's time to connect the camera. So we move the on-off switch to the left side, so it turns on. We see the red light here in the front. And so you click on the plus here to add the device. Of course, when you set up the app, it's very important that you give all the authorizations. And so it has found already this camera. Click on OK. So let's see how this works. Lights are flashing fast here on the camera. And after turning on, when we see the blue light, we go to the main screen of the app, we click on the plus here on the right top. If it shows already a device, hit cancel. We click on set up 4G device, get some information, we confirm that we see the blue light, click on next, and then it shows this device here. We click on OK. We can choose the location or just hit next. And so it says camera installed successfully, fully charged the camera at first use. OK. And so let's see if we can get a live view. I click on that. But of course, this will then use some of these 300 megabytes. But you can see we have definitely live view. So I stop this here again. Of course, while it's only recording, for example, when I hold my hand in front of it, then it will start recording on the microSD card. But during this time, it won't use mobile data, only if you are watching and downloading the data. So I can confirm now that you don't have to do anything at the beginning to activate the SIM card. You only need to access your account if you have to reload your data. Other than that, it works straight out of the box. When I wanted to connect it for the first time, I got an error message saying that the camera doesn't have a SIM card inside. So I turned it off, took the SIM card out, cleaned it again, put it inside, turned it on again, and after that it worked right away. And so of course now it's the time to mount it outside. You can do this easily with this included mount, very easy, 2 screws or 4 screws if you like. And what's awesome is that it's super easy to mount. We use this screw here, we put it here inside, align the hole, and then we can secure it here. And then we have also a mount for the solar panel, but of course we can also use the standard tripod mount with any other mount. We don't have to attach it to the camera. If you don't have a lot of sun where you want to mount the camera, you can also put it somewhere. We have such a long cable, but if you want to mount it, we can align this here, rotate this clockwise, and then mount it here, or maybe easier, mount this here first, and then attach the solar panel later. Something like that. And so you can see this is how it's supposed to be mounted. We can even rotate the camera to the side. That's especially important for this camera. That's a 360 degrees camera. We can rotate it with the app, but this one will stay where we have mounted it. But we can easily point it to the side. So that's also very, very important. So definitely no complaints at all regarding the mount. And so you can see the overview of my cameras here in the app. At the moment I just have the SEHMUA 4G LTE, but I have already some options here directly on the overview, some information about me, and of course especially the cloud storage. That's very important here because we are talking about a 4G camera, and so of course a cloud subscription is highly recommended. It can speed up the viewing process, notifications, and especially it can reduce the 4G usage. And so we can check the cloud footage directly from here. Here we have the overview of the dates when something has happened. So we can view these videos here on the cloud without having to use the 4G from the camera SIM card. That can be super helpful, but of course we have all the options here as well directly on the camera. First, of course, we have the live view of the 2 different cameras. Here on top we have the telefocus-like camera, and down here we have the wide angle. What's important here to have good 4G reception. Make sure that you mount the camera in a position where you get at least 3 bars. I had it first in location with only 2 bars, and then I was a little bit struggling with the reception speed response, but now with 3 bars works absolutely perfect. Of course the wide angle down here we cannot move, but we can move around the telephoto lens. We have 2 options. We can use this pointer here, but of course only after calibration. So we can do the calibration here. You can see it does some kind of automatic calibration first. Just watch and see what's going on, and usually it's doing a pretty good job, but it's not perfect. And so we can use this pointer here to adjust this red dot here to the location where we have the red dot here. So we have to go a little bit lower. So I click a couple of times down here, then we have to go to the left side as well, a little bit more left, more down. Yeah, I think we are pretty close here. We have a pretty good match, and so we are confirming here. And from now on we can easily use this aiming target. So you can see we can move it around, and then in a sudden the camera on top is adjusting, or you can move it to the left side. But of course it's limited to the area which we can see here. But this camera here on top is not limited to that, so we can do much more. So we can, for example, move the camera totally to the left and to the right and up and down, especially down. You can see it's pretty fast, but we can even increase the speed, for example, to high speed. So we can see here, for example, from totally left to totally right. So I keep clicking, you can see how fast this thing is. And to move it back in certain position, for example, we can use this thing here. Very easy to use. Maybe I have to adjust it again a little bit, calibrate it again. What we don't have is an option to save the positions. Maybe they can add this in future software updates. Then of course we have all the settings here, device name, then where we are storing the footage, cloud video, SD card which we have there. We can even flip the camera image if needed. Then we have two scene modes. We have normal and night mode. Night mode will activate the infrared light and turn it then into black and white. I can show you that. Then we have three different activity sensitivities, high, medium, low. I had it on medium. What's awesome is that we have now also an alert area. We can click on that. And so what we have to do is to mark the whole area which we want to have observed and spare out the parts where we don't want to get any notification or alerts. So I skip this here. You can see what I've been choosing. We can also adjust the camera angle here. That's also very helpful. And so you can see I have spared out the AC outside unit. That's very important. So for example, we can fill here the whole area or remove everything or just remove certain parts where we think there could be false alerts, like from moving trees, branches, or here from the AC. That's what we want to spare out, of course. And then we confirm. That's an awesome function, and it has helped me to get rid of about 90 or 95% of all the false alerts. Then we have some arming settings where we could add some schedule if we don't want to monitor 24/7. Then we can set a record duration, 5, 10, 20, 30 seconds, or full-time recording, which would require a lot of battery. Then we have a device alarm. This will then emit a very loud sound if somebody is in front of the camera, so I turn this off. Then we can set the LED indicator light if we want people to see if there's a camera or not. We have also volume settings for the microphone and for the speaker, and I've tried this already and worked pretty good. Microphone test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can use this to talk to people who are directly in front of the camera. Synchronizing time, always something recommended at the beginning. So let's go back to the camera. Here you can see we can activate the audio, so we can listen what's going on. We have the microphone which you can use to talk to people. We can record a photo, save it to albums, or we can start video recording directly from here. We can make this area also a little bit larger so we can see the 2 pages. And so we have 2 possibilities for footage. Here we are on TF card, which is also producing user wake-ups every time when we are doing something with the camera. You can see a lot of user wake-ups, but we have also some activity detection, so we can watch this directly here. And that's played directly from the TF cards. You can see it's quite fast, quite responsive. But instead of using TF card, we can also switch to the cloud here. And so what's really impressive, you can see it has only recorded one thing today. And that was when I was walking in front of the camera, nothing else. So we had a lot of wind, a lot of sun shade, also the AC running. and it has only recorded me when I was walking here. You can also download this to the phone. You can see, download to the album, then share it. Yeah, that's pretty impressive in such difficult situation. Thanks to the mapping function inside, it has only recorded me when I was here. And what's also impressive, that it recorded me pretty early. With some other cameras it recorded me much later or missed me total. Of course, we can also go back then here to older footage. Here I have something from the night. You can see that here I was coming inside, and that was with the infrared. So that was using this special night setting, which pretty much is invisible for other people. That's also highly recommended, for example, if you're close to a neighbor. But we have also the full illumination possibility. I've been using that here, and so you can see how bright this is. Absolutely amazing. I think I've never seen that from any other battery operated camera. Super bright, almost like a floodlight. Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And also nice to see here how early it has been catching me. So these are the two different options which we have through the night. You can also see how fluently this video is transmitted. You can see the seconds counting up very fluently. Sometimes I cannot even do that with Wi-Fi cameras, and here we are talking a 4G camera and I'm only at 3 bars. But again, I would say that's the minimum. But if you are very close to a cell phone tower with 4G and you have 4 or 5 bars, then the connection will be even better than that. So overall, I'm super happy with it. I love this camera. Easy to install, very sturdy build, really reliable. And so if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order one for you if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.